Acropolis of Athens is one of the most iconic and historically significant ancient citadels in the world. Perched high on a rocky hill above the city of Athens, it stands as a symbol of the cultural and intellectual achievements of ancient Greece and the enduring legacy of classical civilization. General overview. Location: Athens, Greece. Height of hill, approximately 150 meters, 490 feet above sea level. Area, about 3 hectares, 74 acres. Designation: UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1987. Name origin: Acropolis. Comes from the Greek words akron, highest point, and polis, city, meaning high city. Historical timeline: prehistoric to archaic. Period up to 6th century BCE, early human habitation. Dates to the Neolithic era, circa 4000 BCE. In the Mycenaean period, 1600 to 1100 BCE, it served as a fortified palace complex. By the Archaic period, it was a religious center dedicated to Athena, the patron goddess of Athens. Classical period, 5th century BCE, Golden Age of Athens. After the Persian invasion, 480 BCE, during which the Acropolis was destroyed, Pericles initiated a massive rebuilding project, say 430 BC. This era produced the Parthenon, Propylaea, Erechtheion, and Temple of Athena Nike. Hellenistic and Roman periods: 23 BCE, 4th century CE. The Acropolis remained a cultural and religious hub, with additional monuments and statues added. The Romans preserved its significance and sometimes restored its structures. Byzantine, Ottoman, and modern periods. In the Byzantine era, temples were converted into churches. Under Ottoman rule, the Parthenon was turned into a mosque. The Acropolis suffered severe damage in 1687 during the Venetian siege, when the Parthenon, used as an ammunition depot, was hit and exploded. In the 19th century, after Greek independence, archaeological restoration began. Major structures: Parthenon dedicated to Athena. Parthenos, architects: Iktinos and Callicrates. Sculptor: Phidias. Construction: Barn 474-32 BC. Style: Doric temple with some Ionic elements. Function: temple and treasury. Dimensions: 9.5 x 30.9 meters. Erechtheion, famous for caryatid porch, Porch of the Maidens, dedicated to Athena and Poseidon. Asymmetrical design, to fit the uneven terrain, and sacred spots, like the olive tree of Athena. Propylaea. Function: monumental gateway to the Acropolis. Architect: Nicephorus. Construction began 437 BC. Design: central hall with Doric columns and lateral wings. Temple of Athena Nike. Style: Ionic, dedicated to Athena as the goddess of victory. Construction: circa 427 to 424 BCE. Notable for frieze showing historical and mythical battles. Statue of Athena Primakos, a colossal bronze statue by Phidias, now lost, stood between the Propylaea and the Parthenon, said to have been visible from ships approaching Piraeus harbor. Cultural and symbolic importance: the Acropolis is a universal symbol of democracy, philosophy, and the arts. The Parthenon is widely seen as the pinnacle of classical Greek architecture, reflects the values of rationalism, balance, and civic pride that defined classical Athens. Restoration and preservation: 19th century excavations began after Greek independence. 20th to 21st century efforts include structural stabilization and use of original materials where possible. Acropolis Museum, opened 2009, houses many original sculptures and artifacts from the site. Controversies and international significance. Elgin marbles debate. Sculptures taken by Lord Elgin in the early 1800s are in the British Museum. Greece continues to request their return. The Acropolis is a focal point of heritage preservation, archaeological ethics, and debates about cultural property. Visitor information. Open year-round with seasonal hours. Most visitors enter via the western slope through the Propylaea. Offers panoramic views of Athens. Highly recommended to visit the Acropolis Museum nearby for a more comprehensive understanding